Welcome and thanks for tuning in. I'm Willie Pinkston with Podium Benefits in partnership with Benefit River. And we wanted to take about 3 or 4 minutes today and really kind of walk you through and give you some clarification on the notice of exchange requirement that's coming up here. You may or may not be aware, but every employer is required by October 1st to give a written notice of exchange and also a CHIP notification, the Children's Health Insurance Program. So it's really not too difficult, but there's 5 action steps that we are going to talk about. The first step that we recommend to you is to go ahead and print and read through the actual notice of exchange. And thankfully, it's only 3 pages. However, we can actually, I'll make your job real simple right now. If you take the 3rd page, and if you currently offer health benefits, that 3rd page is actually optional. So I would encourage you to reduce your workload right there by 33.3%, and we'll focus on the first 2 pages. So a couple things on here. Number 1 is at the very bottom of the 1st page. It asks summary plan description. So that stands for, well, you'll hear it also called an SBC, Summary of Benefits and Coverage. And that is something you're going to want to put your carrier information in there. So if you're with Anthem or if you're with Humana, Kaiser, United Healthcare, I would encourage you to actually put their phone number there. That way your employees will actually call them. So again, trying to make your world as the business manager and the owner a little bit easier. Go ahead and go to page 2. So really page 2, again, is pretty simple. You'll want to fill in the top. And then the middle section, let's talk about that for just a sec. So you'll notice where it says, as your employer, we offer a health plan to, and there's 2 choices, either all employees, or if you only offer it to some, then it says some employees. An example of that would be like a management carve-out, or if you only offer health benefits maybe to like your salaried employees and not your hourly, that's where you want to put that in there. You don't need to actually list off all the people. You just need to put in the class of employee that you offer benefits to currently. And then the second set of questions is with respect to dependents. So all they want to know is do you also extend coverage to like a spouse and dependents, which that usually the answer to that would be yes, typically. And last little box there, I would just leave that blank, because who knows if your current plan meets the 2014 minimum value standard. So just to play it safe, I would leave that unchecked again. So let's talk through last few things here. So we already printed off and read through and kind of filled out our portion of it. Number 2 would be to decide on what is your means of distribution. Of course, a lot of you, we're going to recommend that you just use an email distribution because it's trackable, or you can do some kind of all hands on deck meeting, like an in-person type meeting, and we encourage you to probably have people sign in or initial that they actually received their notice of exchange. Number 3, naturally your employees may have questions, and as the employer, you're not necessarily responsible for answering those questions, although you can be as helpful as possible. So we recommend 3 websites that you probably want to have handy. One would be the federal, the federalhealthcare.gov. Number 2 is our Colorado State Exchange website, which is called connectforhealthco.com. That'll have all kinds of information about the Colorado health insurance marketplace. And then number 3 would be our own website, which is podiumbenefits.com. That's just a whole sort of a cornucopia of resources that your employees can dig into and hopefully get a lot of their questions answered from the resources there. So number 4, definitely make sure that you save. We anticipate that you're going to need to show this at some point in some kind of audit or whatnot. So hopefully that will be helpful there. And then number 5, go ahead and we encourage you to update your hiring process. So all new employees, they're also going to need to be made aware of this notice of exchange and the CHIP notice within 14 days of being hired. So hopefully that helps you. By all means, if you have any questions, you can always call the Benefit River office. Wendy Hust is your account manager, and she's available. Wendy's phone number is 303-455-3414. You can also call me directly at 720-252-2529. Thanks so much.